Well, recording has started, and you missed the first 10 minutes, but just some intro stuff, really. So I guess the replays will have a short, a 50-minute time instead of an hour-long show this week, but close enough. Um, yeah, so Kat normally follows me with the Scaredy Cat Investor Show. Apparently, he's getting some teeth pulled, or cavities, or root canal, or something with the dentist. So he might be on at 5 o'clock, but it's going to be like mumble rap because his mouth's going to be all numb. So I'm looking forward to see if that happens or not. Um, I think a Scaredy Cat mumble rap show would be hilarious. So stay tuned for that. And again, I don't even know if the show is going to happen, but we'll see. But then the big news, the big announcement for things tangentially related. Uh, oh yeah, Paul, I don't have I haven't switched the chart over because I'm not really looking at anything in particular yet. Uh, so the other thing coming up tomorrow, and this I will switch over for. Let's transition. How's that for a fade? Nice. So the other thing that's coming is the Wrapped Leo launch party, which is tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. I don't know why J.R. Cornell posted this instead of Cal, but whatever. So September 23rd is when we're doing our launch party for Wrapped Leo to bring Leo over to the Ethereum blockchain. Why does this matter for Splinterlands? Well, I'll get to that in a second. But the uh, the cool thing is that it looks like is it actually going to have Wrapped Leo this time? Yes. No CryptoKitties 2.0 this time. So uh, so yeah, we're gonna go through the steps of setting up all the Wrapped Leo, and then we're gonna create some liquidity pools, and theoretically that will get us, we'll have enough to get us listed pretty much immediately onto Uniswap, and that'll be exciting times. I'm very bullish on the case for Leo as a token, and I actually came out with a post today on going over some simple math as to how to get Leo to $2 a token, which I think is a very, very conservative case, personally. But again, not financial advice. I'm not your financial advisor, so do with that what you will. However, how does this matter for Splinterlands? And it's really about you know promotion as a marketing channel. So there's hundreds of thousands of people trading on the decentralized platforms like Uniswap and Sushi and Binance Dex and all that kind of stuff. As they get exposure to Leo, then a certain fraction of them will come over and join Leo Finance. And of course, on Leo Finance are things about Splinterlands. So like this show, my replays are posted on Leo Finance because it involves the financial aspects of the game, and plenty of other people post Splinterlands related content to Leo Finance. So it's just about increasing awareness, and any avenue that brings users into the Splinterlands ecosystem is good. A, just for the long term health of the game, but B, their money that they bring in, increases prices. Whether it's Dark Energy crystals, whether it's dice tokens, or untamed packs, or just individual cards by themselves. So that user growth is the key to everything when it comes to a community based asset like Splinterlands. I always, ever since WeWork came on the scene and then imploded, I'm very hesitant to use the word community, but it is true. You don't have a community adjusted earnings, but the community is important for marketplace type businesses like Splinterlands is, because you need both sides. You need the buyer and the seller, and the marketplace itself grows by having more on both sides. So so just keep that in mind. So yeah, I did want to come out or talk about a report that came out. I think it was in the Red Book. The feds publish these different reports each periodically, and one of the recent ones was that 32% of households have either no wealth or negative wealth, which was kind of, I mean, not surprising because been that's been the case for a long time. And but the 32% was a new high, or a new recent high, with the whole um, COVID shutdown of the economy. So, you know, it really makes me wonder because, Splinterlands has a very, very low cost of entry. So, you get a new account on Hive that's free. You could do it through MetaMask. You can do it through Wombat Wallet. You could just go straight through Hive, or sign up with your email, and Splinterlands will set one up for you. So setting up the account is free. You buy the Summoner Spellbook. That's $10. You know, it's not free, but it's low, right? Plenty of people are paying, gobs of money for games of various types on various platforms. So, $10 not so bad. And then, I mean, really, you can go for free from there, right? Because it would take a while, but you can, compete in the lower leagues, compete in tournaments, get your tournament rewards and/or quest and season rewards, and just slowly compound your account. And I think it was Julia Ponsard, I believe she was doing a free, like she had a specific account that was just free rolling. And, I haven't talked to her recently about it, but I think it was, so like she was up to $50 in value or something, with that approach over, and that was over, I don't know, 4 months or something like that. So, that certainly can be done. So, I get to thinking about these 32% of people with no wealth or negative wealth. And it's like, well, there are simple, small things you could do, like getting involved in Splinterlands to start at least a path to growth. And, obviously it doesn't, if you're flat broke in the U.S., Splinterlands is not going to save your economic life. In other countries like Venezuela, it might, because their problems with their money supply are so extreme. There's a lot of Venezuelans playing Splinterlands because of that, and they get their quest rewards, they sell them on the market, and then they use that money to buy food. So that is a real thing, but it depends on where you are. In the U.S. though, that's not really a viable strategy, just because the numbers involved are not great enough. Even me, who's pretty, I would say, pretty well optimized as far as getting income from Splinterlands. Between the different businesses I have on Splinterlands, I've got maybe 15 grand a year, something like that, coming in, and that's all. Obviously, it's just remains in Splinterlands. It's all in dark energy crystals, but yeah, that's decent, but it's not living the high life. That's for sure. Percentage wise, it's fantastic, but it's still a very small pie to be a part of. As the user base grows, that whole ecosystem grows, then it'll be obviously more impactful. But so Splinterlands is not going to save that 32% of people in the U.S., but it would at least give them an avenue to start and to get them thinking about whatever choices that are being made in their lives that will lead them to more financial wealth. And, obviously some things are out of our control in that, if you were working in a place and COVID hit and that place no longer exists, that's a problem. But, so there's always things to do, though. I guess that's the point. So, you could always change things in your life to the extent that you can, in order to do the things that will help you long term instead of hurting you long term. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that. I guess if you're one of those 32%, then reconsider some of the things you're doing. Get involved in Splinterlands. Start making some money instead of spending some money. So I guess that's my soapbox for this week. Other things I wanted to check on was the deck market. So let's go to the decks. Go to Leo. There's Dark Energy Crystals. Dark Energy Crystals have been doing pretty well the last week or so. Had some little pumps and then retracements, but overall trend is up. Now that might be related to the fact that the price of Hive is down. Let's look at Hive USD. Here we go. And we're on daily? Yeah, on daily. So this is Hive USD over the past few weeks. And then, of course, we have the Gerbot command, deck USD. Just look on Hive Engine. And yeah, you can see that over the past, since the beginning of September, we've been a little bit range bound, but the last week or so, has been on an uptrend, which is nice. We've had a couple days where the price has spiked so much in US dollar terms that on Deck 101 we've had to cancel sales that we had listed because the way Deck 101 works is that if we get a card and the market price is way above the burn rate, then we'll list it on the market, and if it sells, great. If it doesn't, we'll just stockpile them until we burn them. And very simple. But obviously we don't want to be listing prices below the burn rate, and because the Splinterlands market is in US dollars, but we're pricing everything in Dark Energy Crystals, we have to monitor that relationship and make sure that we're not listing sales too low, or that the sale that we listed that was high enough previously, we have to make sure the market doesn't move past where that makes sense, because round about 10%. So if the premium for a card is 10% or less than the burn rate, then you might as well either send it to Deck 101, burn it, or just keep it, because by the time you sell it, in terms of weighting and market fees and all that kind of stuff, you're not coming out any better if you're selling it at those low premiums. So if it's above 10%, 20%, 100%, or whatever, like summoners can go for 5 times their burn rate, then it's worth selling. But if it's one of those marginal ones where it's barely above the burn rate, then you're probably wasting your time trying to sell it. So like I said, if you want to keep it, great. If you want to just get the value out of it, just send it to Deck 101, and you'll be better off and quickly done, rather than sitting around on the market forever. But yeah, so Dark Energy Crystal has been moving a lot. So I have my market maker that is operating on Hive Engine, and I make 2 markets. So one is swap.steam versus swap.hive, and the other is deck versus swap.hive. And the Dark Energy Crystal one, it's been very, very difficult to actually keep Dark Energy Crystals in stock, because the way the market maker works is that it lists orders on both sides. There's an order offering Dark Energy Crystals in exchange for swap.hive, and then there's an order offering swap.hive in exchange for Dark Energy Crystals. So I've been over the past really 2-3 weeks, because of those swings in the market, it's just been really, really hard to maintain a stock of Dark Energy Crystals. So people just buy them up, and my market maker sells it to them, and then the market maker's there on the other side waiting to be sold to, but people aren't selling it. So it's the SMUSD effect, so Gerber says. And yeah, there's a lot of that, in that people who come in and buy credits and then use those credits on the market. So Splinterlands escrows those credits on the user's behalf, and then when those credits are used, goes into the market, buys Dark Energy Crystals, and then spends them for whatever the purchase is. But that doesn't really complete the picture, because whoever ends up receiving those Dark Energy Crystals could then be selling them for swap.hive in order to exit. But they're not doing that, or at least not enough in order to keep things balanced. So that's actually bullish for Dark Energy Crystals, even though it's pretty annoying for me. So, I think it's just an indication that things are looking up for Dark Energy Crystals. We have currently the dice going on, which are burning large amounts of Dark Energy Crystals. In fact, let's take a look at where we are with that. And let's go to the shop. Potions, dice. All right, so since last week, last week we just got the threshold for the Lens Master, and now we're we're 2,620 into the next window of the airdrop, so 47,380 dice left to unlock the next character, and they're all going to be these 1-mana legendary monsters, which I think are a great utility player. So I only got 4 Lens Masters. I need to get the other 7 in order to max out, but at least so far they've been great little cards. So dice are burning lots of Dark Energy crystals, and then of course upcoming we have the lands presale. So let's look on Hive Engine here for a second and get the latest stats. Dark Energy crystals. So if you see on my account here, I've got 152,000 Dark Energy crystals. I reloaded that with 200,000 like yesterday, and they just keep selling. So it's actually a very difficult market to work in. But we've got 472 million Dark Energy crystals circulating. The total is 653, but that is includes the ones that are burned through sending them to null. And so the relative supply compared to the total is actually decreasing because of the burns through purchasing dice, and then people are just building up their balances in order for the lands presale. So Aggro, our illustrious founder, or one of them anyway, has 2 shows over the weekend on PalNet, on Saturday nights Eastern Time and Sunday nights Eastern Time. So I was talking to him on a Saturday show, and we were going back and forth a little bit, and he was saying that pre-sale could be as soon as October, and today is September 22nd, so October starts in a week, and obviously continues for 31 days through Halloween. And I was skeptical because they've said all along that they'll be before the end of the year, which given standard development kind of timelines means that it'll be at the very end of the year. And he was pushing back on me though, saying that no, for pre-sale is not as technically involved, they can get that done and blah blah blah. So maybe we will see that in October, potentially. I'm not holding my breath for that. I still think Christmas is a more likely scenario, but obviously Aggro knows a lot more about the internal workings of Splinterlands than I do, being that it's his company. So we might need those Dark Energy crystal balances sooner than later, really. And so the market price of a plot of land is going to be $20, and the pre-sale is going to be 50% off, so $10. And of course, all of these prices factor in that you can exchange Dark Energy crystals at a par value of 1,000 per dollar. So $10 is 10 million, or no, so $10 is 10,000 Dark Energy crystals. A plot of 100 is going to be a sector, I think, and you're going to get a 15% discount if you buy 100 at a time, and if you buy a zone, which is 1,000 at a time, you're going to get 25% discount. So net, if you want 1,000 on a pre-sale, you need 7.5 million Dark Energy crystals. Now, that's quite a lot, but if I can... why is this not working? All right, so you can see here that I've got pretty much that. And through Deck 404, I make a bunch each season. Something like 500,000 Dark Energy crystals. So yeah, I'll have my 7.5 million Dark Energy crystals ready to go. And in the you can always check the rich list to see who's got what through the Banjo command, or you can just look it up on Leo decks. They've got a nice rich list function. So Steam Monsters is escrowing a whole bunch. Those are all the balances held in game. SMUSD also Steam Monsters account, Splinterlands account, 174. Is that 17 million or 174 million? This thing really needs commas. That's 17 million. All right, Matt Clark has 14 million all by himself. TH12 Moon, which is what's his name? It's J69's group. He's still holding on to 14 million. Peak Monsters has 8, and then Abide, Steam Engine, me, TH13, and Zaku. It goes on down from there. So a good chunk of this group of Dark Energy crystals is going to get, vaporized immediately when land sales, when the pre-sale comes out, and obviously that'll drop the circulating supply even more. Even though, the Yaba and Agrod have said that the land's pre-sale is not really like not going to be burned necessarily, but probably a chunk of it will. But it's basically going into the Splinterlands company coffers, and a good chunk of that will come back out as things like tournament rewards and things like that. But that'll be slower and over time. So I guess keep that in mind for any purchasing decisions you have with Dark Energy crystals. Yaba did clarify one thing for me the other day that we're getting like 850,000 daily inflation on Dark Energy crystals, but I was not sure if that included loot chest rewards or not, and apparently it does not. And Yaba clarified that for me on a post, I guess it was last week. And so there's roughly 850,000 Dark Energy crystals being created for battle rewards. Like you win a battle, you receive Dark Energy crystals. And that's been higher since the collection power update has been made, because you don't have so many low-end accounts sucking up all the rewards. And the other thing is that so we got 600,000 rough numbers being awarded and minted through the loot chest. So we're at about 1.4, 1.5 million daily inflation. So when I think about the lands, it's like, okay, well, a zone is 7.5 million. If we're at 1.5 daily inflation, that's 5 whole days of inflation that are wiped out by one zone being purchased. And so I know I'm going to buy a zone. There's probably 5 or 6 others on this list that are going to buy zones. And so that right there is a month of inflation just eliminated. So plus all the smaller accounts are going to be buying, but obviously larger numbers of those smaller accounts. So that is going to be a tremendous amount of supply that is just vanished from the market. And lower supply, all things equal, prices rise. So I'm pretty bullish on the price of Dark Energy crystals. Not as bullish as I am on Leo. I think Leo is going to be like an easy 10 bagger, maybe 100 bagger. The kind of moves I'm talking about with Dark Energy crystals is like going from 50 cents per or half a cent per thousand to a full cent per thousand. So so we're talking about 100% upside, maybe 50% upside. I would say almost definitely. But yeah, there's definitely money to be made if you want to catch those swings. So another thing Yaba had mentioned, and this was actually in the Maverick's House chat, was that people were asking about with the new system, pack rewards. How are they looking? Because so with the new system, you have individual leagues have their own pack rewards leaderboard. So like I'm in Diamond right now. I'm trying that for this season to just see how it goes. And right now I am ranked number something if it loads. Ranked number 35. I got pushed down because I haven't done my quest today. So, I am at the season end right now. I would get 5 packs, 5 untamed packs, and when I typically battle through champion leagues, then sure I get more quest rewards and I get more season rewards, but I don't hit the pack rewards because I just don't play enough to get into the top 50. So I'm trying out the Diamond League, and if I get rewards, or if I get pack rewards, then that'll offset the lack of quest and season rewards through Champion League. And last I checked, and we should check this again, Last I checked, the Untamed packs were going for about $1 a piece. Ah, way down actually. So right now we're at 70 cents per Untamed pack on the secondary market. Obviously, what do you call it? When you buy on the secondary market, you're not in line for the airdrops. So there's a slight premium you have to consider when you are talking about receiving pack rewards versus the actual Untamed packs on Hive Engine. But yeah, so 70 cents. If I get 5 of them, that's $3.50. If I get 10 of them, that's $7. And it's hard to make $7 in quest rewards or in season rewards. We can go to Monster Market and I can analyze rewards. And Foggy Bottom says, I think they need to increase champ rewards to motivate players to move up. I'm staying in Diamond 2. So yeah, I mean it's certainly a verifiable or a viable strategy. So if I look at quests from come on, no quest rewards. What? Oh, I got to put in username. That's fine. All right. So if I analyze my rewards starting from this season, you can see that not a whole lot. So that's what call it. Oh, I did get some good Dark Energy Crystals the other day. So maybe 3,000 Dark Energy Crystals worth of rewards over the past few days. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. And I've missed a couple quests in there. So let's round it up 4,000. That's not a lot in terms of rewards. But so if I get 5 packs out of that, then that is a huge gain in my season rewards. So it's a little bit unclear. If I do well in Champion and I get more quest rewards and higher season rewards, will it balance out? I'm just going to stick out Diamond this season and see how it goes. I was about to give up on it because I had gotten pushed down to like number 70 something, but then I completed a quest or two and I was back up into the running. So, all of us as players, we have to make these decisions as to, where are those optimizations to be made? Is it better to compete for packs or just to get the quest and season rewards in a higher league but no packs? So it's going to take some fiddling. I expect that the dev team will adjust the rewards to kind of fine tune the incentive structure, like Foggy Bottom here is saying. And Davil22 says, or have D1 be able to play C1. I think the whole league structure is there to prevent that. Although I have noticed that depending on the time of day I'm playing, sometimes I'll get matched up with people in Champion League, even though I'm restricting myself to Diamond. Theoretically, as the season progresses, we're about halfway through at this point. As the season progresses, the ratings of those Champion Leagues players will drift enough that I won't be playing those Champion players. But competition in Diamond is tough, I'll tell you. I mean, so we got Foggy Bottom here. If we look at the leaderboard, we got Taug. Baffy's a good player. Baffy kicked my ass actually the other day with that life summoner from the dice that has all divine shields. Ooh, that is a tough one to beat. It was low mana too, so I just didn't have enough firepower to overcome it. JR Vacation's a great player. Who else do I know in here? Psy Guy is good. Exile, haven't seen him in a while. But yeah, so Gringotts is one of the rental accounts on the Peak Monsters team, where it's all gold foil. So they're great players duking it out for diamond placements for these packs. So clearly the incentives are working. Whether they're exactly right or not, remains to be seen. And we'll see how everything closes out this season, because we still got 7.5 days before the end of the season. So like you can see here, pending rewards is 60 chests, and normally I'll get double that or 2.5 times that, with Champion. So you know, we'll see. I'll compare my total rewards this season to previous seasons and see where we end up. If I end up falling out of the pack running at the end of the season, then for sure, I'll be just moved to champion and go on to just get my quest and season rewards. But if I get the packs, then maybe so. And it's kind of a steep drop off. So first placement in Diamond is 50, second place is 40, so that's already a $7 difference. Then it goes to 25, which is another $12 or whatever, and then to 15, and then 15 through places 4 through 10 get 15, and then 11 through 25 get 10, and 26 through 40 get 5. So a couple placements higher, a couple placements lower can have a dramatic impact on your, profitability for the season. And Foggy Bottom and David are both saying that it's a great first start for leagues, and I agree. I still want to see rather than a numerical ELO ranking system, I still want to see a competitive ranking, like first place, second place, rather than the numerical thing, because the number thing is just proven to be too easily abused. So now that there are the separate leagues, it makes more sense just to have placement within leagues. Like in car racing, they'll have a bunch of different types of cars on the track, but then they'll have placement in class. So I think a similar kind of thing should apply here. But with the new structure, Yabba said that there are going to be 1,811 packs per season issued out as rewards. And let's see if I can actually copy this. Copy and paste. So 1,811 packs per season, which is 826 more per season than when it was just champion level leaderboards. So that's the increase. 826 packs additional are being sent out to players as rewards. However, you also have to consider that all the loot chests have a 1% chance of paying out a chest or a pack, an untamed pack. And I've gotten actually a number of those over the weeks, where now that there are so many accounts that are being restricted in terms of how many chests they get because they've been pushed down to those lower leagues, then it might kind of balance out. So 826 would obviously be 1% of 80,000 rewards, and I don't know the numbers. As far as how many of those level 1 accounts were actually in Champion League and completing quests, but it was a bunch. So, gotta figure. I can't remember how many quest rewards do you get in Champion. It's a bunch. I don't know if anybody in the audience knows, but thousands. Yeah. So it could very well be that the amount of packs being sent out. I don't mean season rewards, Dave. I mean quest rewards, like each particular day. But whatever it is, it's a lot. So call it, 30. Actually, I might have it in my spreadsheet. That's a different spreadsheet. So that times the number of accounts, those level 1 accounts that were getting those rewards. The 1%, the 1% earnings of packs of all of those accounts that are now no longer being paid out. I mean, it's going to be much less. And I see Dave says 20 in Champion 1 for quest rewards. So, so 0.2 packs are sent out per Champion 1 quests. And, there's 15 quests, per day. 15 quests per season. So 20 times 0.01 times 15. So the average of all that, and at a large amounts, is that three untamed packs per Champion 1 level account are sent out. So then you just have to ask yourself, well, what is 826 divided by 3? And that is 275. So if 275 low-level accounts that were in Champion have now been pushed down, then the amount of packs being rewarded is actually neutral. And I don't know the exact number of those bot accounts that have been pushed down, but it's a lot. It's definitely over 100. Um, and Yasik has a fancy little graph here. It's showing the different leagues. I'm guessing those are the number of accounts in those leagues. So there's basically, call it 3,200, something like that, in Bronze 1, 2, and 3. So, yeah, they might actually be sending out fewer packs than they were before. So I think that'll be a good thing. And if that's the case, then the new structure, even with all the payouts in the different leagues, is actually going to be less than what was being sent out before, which is again lower supply, lower marginal supply, higher price. So that's bullish for Untamed packs. And if we look at the price here, this is in Hive, which is not a great not a great marker, but it has been trending upward a little bit over the last little bit. And coincidence with collection power updates? I think not. So yeah, I mean, it's I think all the moves that the Splinterlands team are making in these changes are long-term beneficial for the game. I think we're going to see overall net less inflation of the various types, whether it's Dark Energy Crystals or actual packs being sent out. But and all that means higher prices. Now, couple that with the Agrod's been teasing some big announcement about something that's going to catapult the game into higher adoptions. That's great. I will be excited when we see it. I'll also wait until we see it. But overall, I'm very optimistic about the path that we're taking. Oh, so here we've got a before and after graph. So 3 seasons ago, we had 449 Champion 1 accounts, 907 Champion 2, 703 Champion 3, and a bunch in Diamond 3. And now a large chunk of that has been shifted down to Gold 2 and then into the Bronze Leagues. So, collection power is working. And, I guess, the bot owners have not made the shift yet. Because one thing they can do to get around that is that they can rent or buy and then delegate to themselves gold foil legendaries to increase their collection powers. But the competition in the different leagues is much tougher now. So it used to be 2 seasons ago I would just breeze through Diamond League and just go up on the champion, and then round about the edge between Champion 2 and Champion 1 would start getting tough. But now, just in Diamond 1 even the transition from Diamond 2 to Diamond 1 was much tougher than even, just a week ago. So, I think, having a low power account with some gold foil delegations is going to be hard to make it work. So, if you had enough accounts, you could still do it because you get matched up with yourself sufficiently that you can complete your quests and go from there. You won't place for packs, but still, you'll be doing all right. But we'll see. So far, the bot owners have not made that adoption. So, yeah, it's been good, and the big kick will be the lands presale as far as Dark Energy Crystals. And some people have asked me about how will that affect the prices of cards. And well, you have to remember that cards have a burn rate, and that sets the floor of those prices. So Peak Monsters recently updated their bid system. If we can get a look at that, and they're in the midst of revamping the whole rental system. So if you go to the market and you do a rarity bid, you can set bids like pretty widely, however you want it, which is great. But Jarvik was saying that they have bids all across the board at 106% of the burn. So all of my bids right here are at 101% because this is the Deck 101 account. And so if that 106% bid is the floor, well, as Dark Energy Crystals rise in price, then the value of that bid in U.S. dollars increases. So, typically monsters run between 1 and 3 times their burn for for U.S. dollar prices. And summoners can be as much as 5 times their burn prices. So as again, supply and demand, more demand, less supply, prices rise on Dark Energy Crystals, which means the floor of those cards will go up, and the prices of all collections should rise in response to that. But it doesn't. It's not like it's not a 1-for-1 relationship, because you're just raising the floor. But we can see that, like, on the dice, if we look at the summoners, and if my internet browser will work, come on. There's dice, and then how do we get on promo? Dice. So you can see that the summoners are doing pretty well. Quid Youth is not very much loved, and Vera Salacia doesn't get much love, but the rest of them are doing pretty well. 30 cents, 38 cents, 50 cents. And Lorna, like I said, Lorna Shine was just rocked my world. The one time I ran into her, Baffy was playing her. But yeah, the Magic Reflect, the Thorns, those are super useful. I'm kind of surprised that I don't know how you pronounce it, Kid Youth, with the piercing attack has not gotten a little bit more love, because if you have a +2 armor on everybody, that's a pretty useful summoner to use. But I guess not more than magic buffs or what have you. So yeah, I mean, and the burns on this card, so it's going for 50 cents, and the burn is what? It's a rare, so it should be 15 deck, right? I wanted to avoid opening up my spreadsheet because it takes too long, but perhaps I will have to. So, whatever it is, it's the same as Untamed Rares. So, they're seeing massive premiums. I'm still not 100% sure that it's enough to overcome the purchase price premium on the dice, because it's a lot. Even with my guild discount, I'm at $27.60 each. Should be $2,700, but I don't know. Maybe we're a few quests short this season. 40 deck. Okay, so 40 deck to 50 cents, which is a huge premium, because 40 deck is at this moment. It doesn't show here. Let's do it over here. So if we take 50 cents divided by 40 times 0.00059, so that's a 21 times premium. That's crazy. So anybody who's opening those in packs, sell them. Because obviously keep one for yourself, but then just sell them, because that is a super high multiple. And but even the low end ones here at 22 cents for the Kid Youth. Clay says the only appropriate thing to say after "oh" is "it's magic." I don't know. That's so even the Kid Youth is at a 9 times premium, so which is excellent. Clearly the best, probably the best in the market is the dice summoners right now. As far as you buy some dice, you open it, and then the relative market reward you get over that. So if you have them, do that. As always, we only got a few minutes left, but I did want to check on the stats, as I like to do. I see some users coming in. So let's see what users are doing. Yeah, pretty flat at the moment. So average for 30 days is all players is 5,740. If we look at purchasers, we're seeing a bunch, actually. We're seeing very spiky behavior here. Rondon says, looks like no cat today. That's too bad. I want him to hear the mumble rap. And, I think this chart, I'd have to ask Rafalski, but I think this chart includes the packs sent out as rewards. That's what those big spikes are at 1100 and 1200 for season endings. So, even so, if we're talking about 450 a day, and 1811 of those are sent out as leaderboard rewards. So 450 times 15 minus 1811. So that's still a bunch. That's still $5,000, 5,000 packs being purchased a season. So that is good. And how far are we to the next airdrop? Let's look at packs here. Oh, we still got quite a ways to go on this one. So we are 31,851 packs left to the next to unlock the next character. Although that progress bar looks wonky. That doesn't look like we're 68% of the way through it, but whatever. I would trust the numbers over the progress bar. But yeah, so we're coming up on the next airdrop there. Probably, well, let's see, if we get 5,000 a season plus 1811, and we need, what is it? We need 31,851. That means we're looking at, come on, Banjo, looking at 4 seasons to the next airdrop, which is probably lower than, or sorry, that number is probably high. So I bet it doesn't take 2 months. I bet it takes 1 month, month and a half. Probably right around Halloween we'll get our next airdrop, which should be Earth Legendary Summoner, which Earth has typically done very well with their airdrop summoners. With Prince Renan being the most notable example to date. So be on the lookout for that. Now, Rondon said no cat today. Very sad, but that is the show for me today. And thank you all for coming. We got a bunch of people here in chat. Some people watching on Theta. Some people watching on Vim. And we'll see you all next week.